let us look at a poem from Siri Kannada grade 8. The name of the poem is Kannadigara Thai. Before we look into the poem, we need to understand the background why this poem is written. So this poem was written during the pre-Karnataka unification. What do you mean by pre-Karnataka unification? So we all know that India was ruled by the Britishers. And during the pre-independent time, apart from the princely state of Mysore, the neighboring areas like the Madras Presidency, the Bombay Presidency, the Nizam of Hyderabad had a lot of Kannada speaking people. So many of the Kannada literators, thinkers and poets, they started a movement called as the Karnataka Ekikarana. Ekikarana means unification. They wanted to unify all these Kannada speaking people. Apart from Mysore, all the other neighboring areas, they wanted to unify all of them and they wanted a separate state called as Karnataka. So this movement started to gain momentum and lot of people, lot of poets also started to participate in this movement. And they wanted to inspire and motivate even lot more people to join the movement. So the poets, they started writing poems to inspire people. They started writing poems which would tell us about our rich heritage, culture, and the natural beauty that is found in this land. So that people are motivated and they come and unite and fight and take part in the movement so that a separate state of Karnataka is formed. So the poet of this poem, who is Govinda Pai, who is also a Rashtra Kavi, he also took part. He was a very active member in this movement. And he has written this poem during that period so that people get motivated and feel proud, have pride on their language and their land. So now let us look at the poem. I will read one paragraph, then explain the important word meanings and then explain the paragraph. Okay, so first let us look at the first paragraph. This paragraph is talking about the greatness of Mother Karnataka. How concerned and how patient and tolerant Mother Karnataka is. Okay, now let us read the paragraph. Taye bara Mogavatora Kannadigara Mateye Harasu taye Sutarakaye Namma Janma Dateye Namma ತಪ್ಪ ನೆನಿತೋ ತಾಳ್ವೆ ಅಕ್ಕರೆಯಿಂದೆಮ್ಮ ನಾಳ್ವೆ ನೀನೆ ಕಣ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಾಳ್ವೆ ನಿನ್ನ ಮರೆಯಲೆಮ್ಮೆವು ತನು ಕನ್ನಡ ಮನ ಕನ್ನಡ ನುಡಿ ಕನ್ನಡವೆಮ್ಮೆವು. So the meanings we'll see first. Taye, mate, all these mean mother. Bara, come. Moga, face. Tora, show. Harasu, bless. Sutara, children. Kaye, protect. Tappa nenito, tappu means mistake. Talve, tolerate. Akkare, concern. So here the word is split. It's one long word. We have to split it into 4 parts. Akkare plus inda plus namma plus alve. So akkare is concern. With concern. Akkare inda means with concern. Namma, us, alve, rule. Then neene kana namma balve. Balve means life. Mareya lemmevu. We cannot forget. Tanu is body, mana is mind, nudi is words or speech. So let us now see the complete explanation of this paragraph. So Kannada mother, please come. Please show us your face. That is the first line. Taye bara mogava tora kannadigara mate. Then the next line is Harasu taye sutarakaye namma janma date. Mother who you have given birth to all of us, come and bless us. We are your children. Protect us. Namma tappa nenito talve. And all the mistakes we make, you tolerate it so patiently. You are so patient with us and our mistakes. Akkare indemma nalve. So with concern and love and affection, you rule us. Neene kana namma balve. You are only our life. Ninna mareya lemmevu. We cannot forget you. Tanu kannada mana kannada nudi kannada vemmevu. So our body, tanu means body, mana is mind. So our heart, body, mind, soul, our words, our speech, everything is Kannada. Then we'll look at the next paragraph. This paragraph talks about the natural beauty that is found in Karnataka. Karnataka is rich in natural beauty with lot of rivers, forests, fields, right? So this is talking about that. Now let us first read the paragraph. Hannaniva, Kayaniva, Paripariya Marangalo, Patramiva, Pushpamiva, ಲತೆಯ ತರತರಂಗಳು ತೆನೆಯ ಕೆನೆಯ ಗಾಳಿಯೋ ಖಗಮೃಗೋರ ಗಾಳಿಯೋ ನದಿ ನಗರ ನಗಾಳಿಯೋ ಇಲ್ಲಿಲ್ಲದುದುಳಿದುದೆ ಜೇನು ಸುರಿವ ಹಾಲು ಹರಿವ ದಿವಂ ಭೂಮಿಗಿಳಿದುದೆ. So hannu means fruits. Kai means a fruit which is not yet ripe. It's still raw. Paripari means types. Mara is tree. Patra is leaf. Pushpa is flower. Late is creeper. Taratarangalo means again types. Teneya is like all the crops. All the crops like paddy, ragi, all that. Galiyo, breeze or air. Kagamrugora galiyo. This word will again be split as kaga, mruga, uraga, ali. Okay, so kaga means bird, mruga means animal, uraga means snake, ali means a group or type. Then nadi is river, nagara is city, nagaliyo. Again nagali means a range, mountain range or group of mountains. Illilladudulide. Is there anything else that you can't find here? Like that it means. Jenu is honey, Suriva is pour, Halu is milk, Hariva is flows, Divam is sky, and Bhumi is earth. So now let us look at the meaning of each line. Hannaniva Kayaniva Paripariya Marangalu. So this land is rich in trees which give you different kinds of fruits. Then Patramiva Pushpamiva Lataya Taratarangalo. It is again rich in different types of creepers which give you lot of leaves and flowers. Teneya Keneya Galiyo. So it has the breeze. The breeze is so cool because of the different kinds of crops that grow here. Then Kagamrugora Galiyo. So this is, we find different kinds of or different groups of birds, animals, snakes in this land. Nadi Nagara Nagaliyo. This land also has a lot of rivers and mountain range. Illilladudulide. Is there anything that is left which is not found in this land? Everything is there in this land. Everything is available in this land. Jenu suriva halu hariva divam bhumi gilidido. It is like the sky has come down to the earth. Means the sky means they're trying to tell, the poet is trying to tell how rich in nature this land is. It is like as though the honey is pouring and the milk is flowing down from the sky. Then let's look at the third paragraph. The third paragraph, it talks about the great people who were born in this land, the great religious leaders, the great poets. So all the great people who were born in this land of Karnataka. Okay, so Jaina Radha Puja Pada Konda Kunda Varyara Madhvayatiye Basavapatiye Mukhya Matacharyara Sharva Pamparannara Lakshmipati Jannara Shadakshari Muddannara Purandara Varenyara Taye Ninna Basire Honnagani Vidyaranyara. So Pujyapada means revered, who is revered like God. Then Mukhya is important. Matacharyara, the great religious leaders. Then Varenyara, superior or great people. Then Basire is womb and Honnagani is like golden mine. So again let's look at each line. Jaina Radha Pujyapada Konda Kunda Varyara. So Konda Kunda Varya is a revered leader of Jainism. So in Jainism there are two groups, the Shvetambara and the Digambara group. Then Kondakunda is the head of the Digambara. Then Madhvacharya, Madhvayatiya, so it is Madhvacharya, Basavapatiya, Basava. Then these are all the important religious leaders who took birth in this land. Sharva, Pampa, Ranna, Lakshmipati, Janna, Shadakshari, Muddanna, these are all the great poets of Karnataka. And Purandara, Purandara is a saint who introduced Carnatic music. Varenyara, so such great and superior people. This is a land of such people. Taye ninna basire honnagani vidyaranyara. So, mother, your womb, it is like a golden mine of all such great people. Then, the next one is talking about the rich history, culture and heritage of this land. ಹಳೆಯ ಬೀಡ ಬೇಲನಾಡ ಮಾಡ ಮೆನಿತೋ ಸುಂದರಂ ಬಿಳಿಯ ಕೊಳದ ಕಾರಕಳದ ನಿಡುಕರೆನಿತ್ತೋ ಬಂಧುರಂ. ಇಲ್ಲಿಲ್ಲದ ಶಿಲ್ಪಮಿಲ್ಲ ನಿನ್ನ ಕಲ್ಲೇ ನುಡಿಗುವುದಲ್ಲ, ಹಿಂಗತೆ ಇನಿ ಬಾಲ ಸೊಲ್ಲ ನೆಮ್ಮ ತೃಷೆಗೆ ದಕ್ಕಿಸು, ಹೊಸತು ಕಿನ್ನರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಹಳೆಯ ಹಾಡ ನುಕ್ಕಿಸು. So Shilpa is all the sculptures, Kallu is stone, then Hingate ini vala solla. This I will explain when I am explaining the poem. Then Nemma Trishege, our thirst, Dakkisu give. Hosatu is new, Kinnari is instrument, Halaya is old, and Hada Nukkisu song. So what are all these places? Halebeedu, Beluru, Shravanabelagola, Karkala, all these places have temples with great sculptures. The carvings are so beautiful in these temples. So illillada shilpa, you can never find such great work, skill in any other temples, anywhere else. So this land is so much rich in all the heritage and culture. The sculptures are proof to say that we had such rich culture. Then ninna kalle nudivudalla, your kallu means stone, literally doesn't mean stone, it means all the inscriptions. When you go to such old great temples, you will see a lot of inscriptions on a stone or on the wall written there. So what are these inscriptions? They talk to you, they tell you about the history, about the past. So all the stones that is there in your sculptures or in your temples, they talk about the rich culture and the rich history that this land had. Hingatei ini vala solla. So they are talking about the stories of our past history, which is so rich in culture. So these stories are like so sweet, like milk. Nemma trishege dakkisu. So you have to make, the poet is telling Mother Karnataka, make the people thirsty enough to understand that there is so much of history and culture of this land. So you have to make them realize that this land has so much of great culture and heritage. So you have to ಹೊಸತು ಕಿನ್ನರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಹಳೆಯ ಹಾಡ ನುಕ್ಕಿಸು. Ukkisu means you have to make them want for more. So Mother Kannada make them want for more, want to know more information about their own culture and heritage. So it is in a form of a song, like how new instruments you can still sing old things. So like that, make people ask and understand more about the history. Okay, then this paragraph, this is the main essence of the unification movement. Okay, because as I mentioned earlier, the people were spread across. They were not just in the concentrated in Mysore. There were a good number of people spread all over. And they were unaware of the rich, not all of them, a few of them were unaware of the rich culture and heritage of the land. So how they are unaware and how they should be made aware about it is what is explained in this paragraph. Tanna mareya ಕಂಪನರಿಯ ದದನೆ ಹೊರಗೆ ಹುಡುಕುವ ಮೃಗದ ಸೇಡು ನಮ್ಮ ಪಾಡು ಪರರ ನುಡಿಗೆ ಮಿಡುಕುವ ಕನ್ನಡ ಕಸ್ತೂರಿಯನ್ನು ಹೊಸತುಸಿರಂ ತೀಡದನು ಸುರಭಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಿನ್ನದನ ನವಶಕ್ತಿ ಇನೆಬ್ಬಿಸು ಹೊಸ ಸುಗಂಧ ದೊಸೆಗೆಯಿಂದ ಜಗದಿ ಹೆಸರ ಹಬ್ಬಿಸು. So just like how the musk deer, if you all know, musk deer secretes musk. It's a fragrant, it's a good smell, but the deer doesn't know that the smell is coming from itself, and it goes around searching where is the smell coming from. Okay, so that is the speciality of the musk deer. It doesn't know that it is only secreting that smell. So Kannada people are like that. They are unaware of the richness and great heritage and culture of the land. So tanna mareya ಕಂಪನರಿಯ ದದನೆ ಹೊರಗೆ ಹುಡುಕುವ ಮೃಗ is the animal, the musk deer. Just like how the musk deer is unaware of that beautiful smell or the fragrance from within, and it goes around searching outside everywhere. Certain people are like that. They don't understand or they don't know the rich heritage and culture of Kannada, and they are fascinated with the other culture and other languages. So make such people who are fascinated with other cultures and other languages to understand. Just like how the musk deer should understand that the smell is coming from itself, the people who are searching or who are getting fascinated with other languages and other places, make them realize that their own Kannada is so rich in everything. Kannada Kasturiyan, just like how the fragrance which is emitted from the musk deer, just like that Kannada has such fragrance. Fragrance means it has such great heritage and culture. People need to realize about it. Make people realize it. Okay, so make people realize that Kannada has so much of wealth. And why should they go around searching for the fragrance everywhere else? It is all there in their own land. Make them understand. Give them strength to realize that there is so much in Kannada. And make them to spread and feel the pride of the language. They should feel proud about their language and make them spread the fragrance everywhere else. Habbisu means spread. If you see the last line here, Hosa Sugandha Dosageinda Jagadi Hesara Habbisu means make people feel happy and proud to spread and tell about the rich heritage and culture of this land. Then the last one is, again, this is also related to the Kannada Ekikarana movement. So he is trying to tell Kannada mother that the poet is making a request that make us strong enough to stand for our cause, to fight and get a state of our own. Okay, so that we'll look at the paragraph first. ನಮ್ಮೆದೆಯಂ ತಾಯೇ ಬಲಿಸು ಎಲ್ಲರ ಬಾಯಲಿ ನೆಲಸು ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಮನೊಂದೇ ಕಲಸು ಇದನ್ನೊಂದನೇ ಕೋರುವೆ ನಿನ್ನ ಮೂರ್ತಿ ಜಗತ್ಕೀರ್ತಿ ಎಂದಿಗೆಮಗೆ ತೋರುವೆ. So ನಮ್ಮೆದೆಯಂ, so it is again split as namma plus ede, our heart. Balisu, strong. ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಮನೊಂದು ಕಲಸು. Mana means our thoughts, make our thoughts and think our aim as one. Teach us that all our aim and thoughts are one. Idanonde koruve. Koru means request. Ninna murti, idol. Jagat kirti, world famous. Yendigemege, when will you show it? Toruve, show. Okay, so now the poet is telling, make our heart strong enough. Heart means our mind. Okay, make it so strong and you be in everybody's mouth. Means make everybody speak Kannada. And Namma Manama Nonde Kalasu. Teaches that we all are one. We have to all unify as one. This is only my request. Idanonde koruve. This is only my request. That we all have to become strong, be united and fight for our cause. Ninna murti jagat kirti endige gemege toruve. So when will we get to see when will we see that your idol is going to be world famous? So, but finally what happened, because of such people's movement who were participating actively, the state of Karnataka was formed in 1956 on 1st of November. At that time it was called as Mysore, state of Mysore. It still didn't get the name as Karnataka. Only in 1973 did we get the name as Karnataka. So all these poets, great people who fought for the cause to unify Karnataka, their efforts didn't go waste. Finally, we did get a land of, we did get a state where we could speak our own language. And we got the state of Karnataka.